Elite Facts presents
10 Celebrity Death Conspiracies. Brittany Murphy, said to have died from pneumonia and a combination of drugs. However, within 5 months of her death, her husband, Simon Monjack, also passed away, with his autopsy also saying that he died from pneumonia. Rumor has it, however, that Brittany was targeted by her own mother. Angelo Bertolotti, Brittany's father, had conducted his own private investigations and found that Sharon Murphy had pressured Brittany into making a will before she passed away. This will left all of Brittany's estate in her mother's name. Other theories point towards the government and even her husband, Simon Monjack. David Carradine. David Carradine was found dead in a hotel in Bangkok, with the cause of death looking to be a form of autoerotic asphyxiation. Although the evidence of this is accurate, close friends believed that he was assassinated due to his being investigated to expose secret martial arts societies. This was revealed by a close friend on the popular late-night talk show Larry King Live. Whitney Houston. When Whitney Houston died, she was found submerged in her bathtub and unresponsive to CPR given to her by paramedics on the scene. She was soon pronounced dead, with the autopsy showing that her death was due to the combination of some form of heart disease, cocaine usage, as well as the effects of drowning. Theories suggest, however, that her death is linked to the day she died on, as most celebrities pass away on the 11th of the month. Other theories say that her death was a blood sacrifice for Beyoncé and Jay-Z's child, Blue Ivy, and even Nicki Minaj used Whitney's face as part of her dress at the 2012 Grammys. Jimi Hendrix. In September of 1970, Jimi Hendrix went missing, only to be found at his girlfriend's flat, dead. The autopsy showed large quantities of red wine in his stomach as well as his lungs, suggesting that he died from inhaling his own vomit, and barbiturate intoxication. The main theory here comes from two parties who were present when Hendrix was found dead. His girlfriend at the time claims that Hendrix died in the ambulance en route to the hospital. However, the paramedics claim that he was dead when they arrived at the scene. Along with this, different sources claimed before his death that he was either relatively happy or paranoid. Because of these conflicting stories, we will never know if this was an accidental overdose, suicide, or even murder. Kurt Cobain. In 1994, Kurt Cobain committed suicide by using a shotgun to shoot himself in the face. Although he left a suicide note, his death is believed to have been a murder. During investigation of the shotgun, around 1 month after his death, 4 fingerprints were lifted off the gun itself, but were said to be unusable for further investigation. It was also noted that the shotgun blast looked to have been from an inverted angle that Cobain couldn't have done himself. Because of the suicide note stating Cobain's intentions to leave his wife Courtney Love, as well as the music industry as a whole, many people believe Courtney Love to be his murderer. Amy Winehouse. On July 23, 2011, Amy Winehouse was found dead in her apartment, the cause of death attributed to alcohol poisoning. Because she died at the age of 27, this adds her to the 27 Club. This group consists of musicians who have died at the age of 27, including Kurt Cobain, Jimi Hendrix, and Jim Morrison. Months after her death, her neighbors eventually broke their silence as they mentioned that on the night of her death, they heard Amy screaming. Their initial thoughts point to some sort of sexual game or that she was taking some form of drug. However, these neighbors mentioned that it was nothing like her to scream so loud, as at this point in her career, she was trying to stay out of the public's eye. Robin Williams. It is a well-known fact that Robin Williams had struggled with depression over the recent years leading up to his death, so in some aspects this came as no surprise, although was still very upsetting to the public. It is believed, however, that he was a target of the Illuminati. The reason this is believed is because of the date and time being connected to the number 3. When certain equations are made, such as the time being 11:55, 1 plus 1 plus 5 plus 5 equals 12, then making 12 to be 1 plus 2 equals 3. And although this sounds absolutely crazy, another theory leads towards the popular FX show Family Guy, which aired an episode on BBC Three showing Robin Williams trying to commit suicide. This aired right as it was announced that he was dead. This isn't the first time Family Guy predicted a celebrity's death. Paul Walker. A lot like Robin Williams, Paul Walker's death has been crowded by very similar theories. One of the reasons being that Paul Walker's film history was linked to secret societies, thus connecting him to the Illuminati. One of these films, The Skulls, was linked to Yale's Skull and Bones secret society, and another, Fast and Furious, which is linked to an ATF operation in which secret ops were covering up a trade with a Mexican cartel so they can track the guns they sold to them in an attempt to arrest high-ranking members of the cartel. Once again, a new episode of Family Guy entitled Life of Brian aired, in which main character Brian Griffin dies. This episode aired 6 days before Paul Walker died. All these theories are linked to Paul Walker's character in Fast and Furious, Brian O'Connor. So technically that's Brian O'Connor, Brian Griffin, and ATF agent Brian Terry, who died during one of the operation's transactions. That's 3 Brians who are all linked in some way or form, and 3 is the number best associated to the Illuminati. Tupac. Tupac is a popular subject when death conspiracies are mentioned. On September 6th, Tupac died when he was gunned down in a drive-by shooting and was cremated the very next day. Theories believe that the person in the car was in fact not Tupac at all, but a body double that Tupac paid for. Other theories suggest that he's alive and well in Cuba, as well as theories that are hidden within lyrics of his music. All in all, the theories for his death are endless. Michael Jackson. When news broke of Michael Jackson passing away, it shook the world. Michael Jackson was not just an icon of pop music, but he was the icon. Paramedics arrived at the scene 3 minutes after receiving a phone call from his personal physician. The cause of death was a mixture of drugs provided by his personal physician, Conrad Murray. Because of this, Conrad was charged with involuntary homicide. Although this is what has been reported, many theorists believe that higher-ups within the label he was signed to thought Michael Jackson was worth more to them dead than alive, hinting at these executives having a hand in Michael's death. And you could argue that it's true, as record sales for his music skyrocketed after his death.
Thanks for watching another amazing video, folks. Subscribe for more from Elite Facts.